Batman issue 65. So Gilliam March is back on the art, unfortunately.
God's sake.
Again, not terrible, but far from good.
The only positive thing I'll say is that it's not as bad as the last issue they did.
Yeah. I had to double check see if it was Gilliam March because it didn't look as.
I think it's as bad.
It doesn't have those specific, like, because last time it was that big, the statue's thigh, or there was that thing there. There was one face from Gotham Girl that made me laugh out loud, though. I will say that.
I don't know. I've got examples of the really awkward looking things.
So
when Gotham shows up.
Oh sure. Now the one for me is when Gotham Girl lands in I think it's the station where Iris is there, and she's got this like evil look in her face. She's sort of like tilting her head forward, and she's got this smile. It is the most ridiculous evil looking smile.
She's kind of googly eyed, right? Like
yeah,
it looks a little weird. Yeah,
I don't know. There's the panel where Flash arrives at that point. At the top, he just his whole body just looks rough.
Yeah. No,
there's all these scattered throughout the issue where I'm just going, ugh.
Yeah, there's a really bad Flash one. Let me see if Connor was talking about. Yeah, it's when Batman and him are fighting, and he's got like Brock Lesnar's like neck. The Flash, like, it's just this huge veiny monstrosity.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
so just picture a human version of that, and you got Brock Lesnar on her, like
is that
a real
possible?
life. It is. Brock Lesnar looks like he has a second set of shoulders coming. Shoulders.
We put shoulders on your shoulders so you can.
I'm not gonna lie. This book, in terms of the art, set me off on a bad start because the very first page, bottom panel, the guy holding the gun to the family. What the hell is that pose supposed to be?
Yeah.
What's he doing? Like, seriously. What is he doing?
This is what we're going to find out. There's going to be a retcon where that was Plastic Man. He's all bendy.
Yeah. He also changed hand for the gun for no reason. Like in the panel above, it's the gun's in his right hand, and then we get that panel below, and it's in the left, and he's doing this weird pose.
I actually went a page further on that, and I thought you were talking about when young Gotham Girl punches him in her fantasy, and look at his poses. He's been punched.
Yeah, there's that too.
It looks like his head's been knocked off.
Yeah, it's like he's stretching back, and it looks like the gun's decapitated his head.
It is. Where is the head?
She punched it off.
Punches the head right off.
I remember when King introduced Gotham Girl and said this was going to be a thing. Batman, and I know plans change, but this story has not done anything to ingratiate her.
No,
I do not like this plan.
Yeah, if anything, this issue specifically has convinced me that Gotham Girl is a lost cause, and once she's done with, I don't want to see her again now.
Yeah.
I agree, and like, I don't kind of really care now where her powers came, what happened, and like the serum they keep talking about, they don't actually call it venom.
You're in luck, Matt, because you're going to get a whole issue explaining it anyway.
I know.
I don't know. We've only got one issue left though, and we have to finish the story with her because the book ends so all the clones actually eventually essentially disintegrated because the power was too much, and they used it all. And Gotham himself does this. So at the end of the issue, she takes the serum herself and then goes all basically Jean Grey Phoenix Force on them, and that's the cliffhanger. But that's basically it. The only other thing to really note is I like the scene where Iris wants to do an obituary for Wally, even if no one's ever going to see it.
Yep.
I like that just in terms of concept.
As a beat. Yeah. Basically, the stuff that is Flash specifically related is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's Flash and Batman arguing, and him demanding to know if Gotham Girl went to Sanctuary, and Batman claims that she didn't. He doesn't know where that mask came from.
Yeah.
Liar.
It feels to me basically anything that feels like it's come from or would have affected Williams's book anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like the dealing with the Wally stuff and his relationship with Batman. That stuff's solid. Anything that's come from King's Batman run, it's been pretty rough in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't really defend much of it, to be honest.
Yeah, because it didn't even have the banter of the last. Like, this is probably the weakest of the issue so far.
Of this crossover, yeah, no, I would agree with
Yeah.
that. Because the art's really bad. There's not really a whole lot of advancement in the plot. I mean, there's some small beats I like you know, when Flash just races off to the city and Batman has to like catch up with the Batwing, and he's like
But
pushing the engines. He's like, push the engines. He's like, sir, you're going to explode. Push the engines, damn it.
Yeah. That's
I'm pretty sure that Batman's developed a superpower that through the last couple books that he just is resistant to explosions. Because we saw that in Detective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Hellbat was going to blow up.
Yeah.
And now the Batwing.
Yeah.
This one was funnier to me though, because this was more like a traditional movie thing where he's just like, nah, keep, you know, overload, just keep pushing it. Because the Detective Comics things told him that he has a 95% chance of having a heart attack.
Yeah.
So that one bothered me way more. This was more just.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, he's, you know, that's a secret
And
superpower.
to be fair, when it gets to the point where Alfred's going, you need to eject now, he pretty much does.
Yeah. He's already there more or less.
Yeah.
This was kind of a rougher one compared to the last two.
Yeah.
Gotham Girl unfortunately is kind of a lost cause now.
It's a shame because I really like that stuff back at the start of the run.
Her voice still seems off. She still feels like a complete psychopath. You know, when
Well, I'm sure she's been sampling the Venom too.
Yeah.
Too.
Probably.
Because when Gotham shows up and she's like, "Oh, look, no, my brother's already here," the look in her face, she looks like a complete and utter psycho. Like, I'm finding it a hard time to like relate to her or empathize with her here.
Yeah. See, if King had been like seeding her throughout, it would have been fine. Like we'd kind of seen what she'd been up to.
But just coming
Here or
back
there.
to it like this.
Yeah. Definitely feels like a filler. Like he was just like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna do this with Gotham Girl. You want to do this, Josh?" And one's just like, "Sure."
He's basically gone, do you know what? I can't be asked for that. You do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like Batman's entrance to the fight's okay. You know, your Gotham Girl's got Flash pinned down, and he kind of like her head gets hit with like a smoke bomb or whatever, and you know Batman comes down from the Batplane. Like, that's okay as far as action stuff goes. But yeah, she takes the serum, but they're begging her not to, and she turns into like Phoenix Force Gotham Girl, and it's like, okay, see you next issue. So
Yeah.
not a lot of advancement, honestly.
At least it'll be over next week. Like
That's
this
true.
is what's great.
Yeah, and then we get right back into nightmares.
Yes, but the Flash can go back to just being the Flash again, though.
Yes.
That's just true, because that is from the, you know, because this is the Batman issue, from the Batman side of it.
Mm-hmm.
This was going to be like, oh, we get a nice month break from Nightmares. We get Williamson doing this crossover, and we're like, oh, this will be good.
See, I'd rather have what the F than blah. You know, at least Nightmare says what the hell am I reading? This is just like, oh, this is what I'm reading. You know, there's a difference.
Yeah, at least Nightmares, for all its weirdness, there's at least like, okay, there's something going on here, even if I don't like what it is.
It's how I feel about David Lynch, where I'll watch it. Okay, I never have to watch this again, but at least it was interesting to watch than something else that was just like forgettable. You will never forget a David Lynch movie. You know what I mean? At least I won't.
I know, I love David Lynch, so I don't forget him.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'll forget this story in a year's time. When
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, what are you giving it, Connor?
3.5.
Matt?
I'm giving it a 5.
I'm going to give it a 4.5. Hey, that averages out around like a 4.3 or something like that. So that's one of the lowest rated books across the board that we've had in some time.
I will say the one benefit is it read fast.
That's true. That's true.